Thank you for subscribing to this channel. This is a reading part C practice video.
The correct answer is option C, a low prevalence of vaccination. The paragraph explains that outbreaks of vaccine-preventable diseases occur due to two main reasons. The first reason is that vaccines don't always provide complete protection against disease, and vaccine protection tends to diminish over time. The second reason is that not everyone in the population is vaccinated, either for medical reasons, personal choice, or difficulty accessing medical services. The paragraph further explains that when enough unprotected people come together, infections can spread rapidly, particularly in settings such as schools where large numbers of children spend long periods of time together. Therefore, a low prevalence of vaccination is the cause of occasional outbreaks of preventable diseases. Option A is incorrect because the paragraph does not mention a high prevalence of disease as a cause of occasional outbreaks of preventable diseases. Option B is partially correct because limited access to vaccination is one of the reasons for a low prevalence of vaccination, but it does not encompass all the reasons. Option D is incorrect because the paragraph does not discuss attitudes towards vaccination as a cause of occasional outbreaks of preventable diseases.
Let's look at the next question.
The correct option is B, to describe a method for eliminating disease. The writer mentions bushfires to describe how vaccination can starve an infectious disease outbreak by reducing the fuel it needs to keep spreading. The sentence in the paragraph that supports this is, by decreasing the number of people who are susceptible to infection, vaccination can starve an infectious disease outbreak in the same way that fire breaks can starve a bushfire, by reducing the fuel it needs to keep spreading. Option A is incorrect because the paragraph doesn't emphasize the effectiveness of herd immunity through the comparison to bushfires. Option C is incorrect because the paragraph doesn't warn of the risks of vaccination, but rather highlights the benefits of vaccination and herd immunity. Option D is incorrect because the severity of the flu is not mentioned in the paragraph, and the use of bushfires is not related to any specific disease.
Let's look at the next question.
The correct option is A, prevention of flu spreading. The phrase, stop flu in its tracks, refers to the prevention of the flu virus from spreading further. The sentence in the paragraph that supports this is, by immunizing half of the population, we could stop flu in its tracks. Option B is incorrect because the paragraph talks about stopping the spread of the flu, not eradicating the flu virus altogether. Option C is also incorrect because the paragraph doesn't talk about minimizing the number of flu victims, but rather preventing the flu from spreading. Option D is incorrect because the paragraph doesn't talk about reducing the severity of flu symptoms, but rather preventing the flu from spreading by immunizing a significant portion of the population.
Let's look at the next question.
The correct option is B. Chickenpox is more contagious than the flu. The paragraph explains that a person with chickenpox might infect 5 to 10 people if everyone were susceptible, whereas someone with the flu infects up to 2 people. The sentence in the paragraph that supports this is, on the other hand, a person with chickenpox might infect 5 to 10 people if everyone were susceptible. Option A is incorrect because the paragraph does not imply that the chickenpox vaccine is highly unreliable, but rather that it does not completely prevent infection and requires booster doses. Option C is incorrect because the paragraph does not mention anything about booster vaccines being given in schools. Option D is also incorrect because the paragraph does not provide any information about the trend of outbreaks of chickenpox.